From the station with the most local news, Fox 17 News starts now with a winter weather alert.
Well, thanks for joining us on this busy Wednesday night. I'm Derek Francis.
And I'm Michelle DeSalms, and we continue our winter weather coverage now. Heavy snow started moving through this morning, already causing issues all across West Michigan.
Yeah, from slippery roads to schools and businesses closing early, and some in the dark as Consumers Energy now work to restore the power out there. We have got live crews all across West Michigan this evening.
Yeah, from Grand Rapids to Battle Creek, Portage, and Ionia, Rob Westerby is keeping you up to date on the driving conditions. Kevin and Joe busy monitoring the radar. Let's send it out now to Kevin Craig. Kevin?
Thank you very much, guys, and good evening, everybody. Let's bring you up to date on what's going on with the warnings that are out there. All of our counties shaded in pink. That's a winter storm warning in effect through 4 p.m. on Thursday. I'll show you that graphic in just a second. We'll take you out with the live webcams. Grand Haven, Battle Creek, Stanton, Cannonsburg certainly has become a winter wonderland. Here's the winter storm warnings in effect through 4 p.m. on Thursday. The only exception to that is Oceana County off to the north and west in purple. That's a winter weather advisory. Lesser snow will fall there, about 3 to 6 inches. But most locations in the areas in pink seeing a solid 6 to 10 inches, I believe, by the time this all wraps up. Pull out to a wider perspective. Outside of our area in red, northwest Indiana, east central portions of Illinois in red. Those are blizzard warnings that are in effect. And I mentioned over the last couple of days, this same storm created 32 different reports of tornadoes across the deep south yesterday. Some of them were tornadoes cut right through Pensacola, Florida. Everything you see here in a red box in Virginia is a tornado warning. And understand there's been one tornado that's cut through one of these areas here, also in North Carolina, that already have reported 3 deaths. So very huge system on the scope of things. Severe weather on the front side of this. We're entrenched in the winter storm, the backside with the colder air. The low pressure area responsible for all of this sitting over southwest Ohio. It'll take a track to the north between Toledo and Cleveland. That's a little bit further to the north and west than it was yesterday, and that's why West Michigan is in the heavier bands of snow. Wherever you see the darker bands of blue, that's where the snow could be coming down as much as about 1 inch per hour, especially in Allegan County, western Allegan County, through Holland and Saugatuck right now, substantially reduced visibilities through Kent County into southwestern Ottawa County. Again, that's where that snow is really coming down. That's going to continue over the next several hours here. Temperatures are in the low to mid 30s, and we have a little bit of a wind chill out there. It feels like it's in the 20s, generally low to mid 20s around the area because of the strong winds that's whipping that snow around, also reducing visibilities. Here's your evening planner. Snowy, windy conditions with sustained winds out of the north at about 20 to 30 miles per hour. That will eventually turn northwesterly a little bit later on tonight and into tomorrow morning, but those winds stay strong and the snow continues to fall. The other thing that we'll let you know about, we're going to continue our team coverage here and talk more about those winds that are out there, creating reduced visibilities and really ripping that snow around. Derek, Michelle?
Yeah, all right, Kev, we are going to turn it over to Joe Kovacic right now with a look at how much snowfall we've got thus far. Joe?
Well, I'll tell you what, Derek, the snow started off fairly light earlier today, but it has really ramped up during the last 3 or 4 hours. And as we mentioned before, we're getting snowfall rates around 1 inch, maybe a little bit more towards 1.5 inches per hour. When you get that, it doesn't take long for that snow really start to pile up. Down in St. Joseph County, Constantine, now this was as of 3:15, so no doubt they picked up more snow than that. And you can see those snowfall reports running right along 96. The latest one in from Dutton in Kent County, it's snowing 1 inch per hour. They are now up to 4 inches. That one's at 4:28, so not that long ago. And again, the snowfall rates right now around 1 inch an hour, at least from I-96 southward. So that snow is really going to start to pile up. It'll take a little bit longer up to the north where those the lighter snowfall is taking place right now. Winds around 20 miles an hour. Those are the numbers in the white. These are the current winds and wind gusts. You see some wind gusts up around 30. Computer model continues to forecast increasing winds through the evening hours. 6 o'clock, we're talking 20 to 25 sustained, 30 to 40 miles an hour gusts. That will continue overnight tonight. I think the winds are going to pick up between 6 o'clock, midnight, and even into about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And that's our best chance, is that snow piles up, that heavy wet snow, to start to see more in the way of power outages. And even though tomorrow morning the winds start to come down, the snowfall diminishes a little bit in the morning, notice the winds. They're still 25 to 35 miles an hour all the way through the afternoon. So this is going to be a prolonged wind event, even though the snow will kind of diminish by late tonight into tomorrow morning. Again, we're still talking about heavy wet snow and strong winds. So no doubt power outages and that commute tomorrow morning is going to be a mess. We'll have team coverage coming up for the rest of the hour, right on into 7 o'clock.
All right, thanks, Joe. Rob Westerby standing by now. And Rob, I feel like every time we come to you, the road conditions are even worse. I would imagine it's going to continue in that direction.
You can expect that even into the nighttime hours. And as more and more vehicles get on the road because it's the afternoon commute, this is going to happen a bit more often. And what you're looking at is 196 at Fuller Avenue, and this is the westbound lanes of 196. There's a road commission salt truck going out there, but this is not even caused by an accident on 196 towards 131. It's just very slow, and because it's the heaviest part of the day, westbound 196 in my mind is just a real candidate for getting slowdowns like that. So you've got this severe slowdown here, but also a severe slowdown northbound 131 because of a fender bender right at 96, and we also have a very slow traffic, which is not so uncommon even on a regular day, westbound I-96 from 28th Street up to about the East Beltline. And so more and more places are starting to turn red, under 30 miles per hour on our speed data map. Crosstown traffic on M6 is moving along, but under 50 miles per hour. And really, we're hearing about more and more crashes that are not on the expressways as people lose traction at intersections and on curbs and on country roads. And this is starting to happen a little more often along 131 in Allegan County and Kalamazoo County, but you see it's green on 94, above 60 miles per hour on most sections of 94, as Tracy Hinson actually reported from that area. So people are still driving a little on the fast side on 94, but we'll see how long that lasts as more and more people get on the road. I'm Rob Westerby.
All right, Rob, thank you. South and east of Grand Rapids, 8 inches to a foot of snow expected to fall.
Fox 17 Darren Cunningham staked out in Ionia County this evening with a live look at those conditions right now. Darren?
Yes, good afternoon. For anyone who knows Ionia, the city of Ionia, I'm actually at the Pilot gas station off of the I-96 exit, and the snow has continued to pick up over the past several hours. If you look just right over there, I don't know, you might have a bit better perspective seeing all that snow that's coming down right now. From what we've seen so far off the exit here, cars are traveling pretty safely. After speaking with Ionia County Central Dispatch, just trying to figure out if they're seeing accidents, how many accidents. I'm told there have been a few accidents across the area, one personal injury accident, but the dispatcher told me that people are driving safely for the most part. Now, as I mentioned not long ago, I spotted a few county trucks out before it started snowing several hours ago, putting down salt, trying to get ahead of all of this slushy mess that's accumulating right now. And they are out right now scraping off the road surfaces, and they're also monitoring. I spoke with a local tow truck company, I-96 Tow and Repair. They're monitoring traffic and traffic maps and weather radar like we are, anticipating a lot of calls for tonight. And the owner of the company says that he expects weather to be worse between Ionia and Lansing, and his wreckers are actually idling in the parking lot, getting ready for those calls to come in. And you're being urged to pay attention and keep your eyes on the road to what's in front of you.
Most of the deaths will occur when there is an accident and the police are called and there's a fire truck or a tow truck or so forth, and the traffic starts to back up. We get with that residual backup, maybe 2 or 3 miles. Then texting comes into play, people not paying attention, people on the cell phone, and pretty soon it's just really a bad situation.
And of course, if you see any type of emergency vehicle, whether it be police, fire, plow trucks, tow trucks, or maybe someone broken down on the side of the road, you're being urged to slow down and move over. Live in Ionia, Darren Cunningham, Fox 17 News.
Darren, thank you. Fox 17 forecaster Tracy Hinson live in Battle Creek along I-94. What are you seeing at this hour, Tracy?
Yeah, Michelle and Derek, I'm along Interstate 94 at a rest stop between Helmer and Capitol, and take a look at the roads. People not slowing down at all. And one interesting thing is it's very slushy, so a lot of times when cars are passing each other, they are kicking up quite a bit of slush onto the passing by vehicle's windshield. We actually lost visibility earlier because of that issue. We'll show you that video coming up. But one other interesting thing to note is when we first pulled into this rest stop, there was very little snow here. As you can see, the scene has changed quite a bit. So when you're actually getting off the freeway and going onto side roads, this is a better idea of what you're going to be facing. We're going to be seeing roads like this all over Battle Creek, just a slushy mess. I'll have more coming up.
All right, Tracy, thank you. We are live in Grand Rapids and Portage as well tonight. We will check in with our Dana Chiklis and Lauren Edwards coming up in just a few moments.
Heavy snow and winds could cause major problems for homeowners. That outage is impacting Spectrum Health West Pavilion now. That's a look at the Consumers Energy. That, along with urgent care, is closed. Roger Morgenstern with Consumers Energy will join us in studio in just a little bit with more details on the power outages tonight. And of course, we'll have more winter weather coverage when we come right back.